Status. Well, hello, Dietrich. Mr. Rashad. Do you prefer Mr. Rashad?
No, you could call me Dietrich.
Okay,
call me Dietrich.
I'm so glad that you decided to join me today.
I'm glad to be here. I really am. I need to get some shit off my chest.
Well, go ahead and fire away.
Being an adult lately has just been hitting me. Adulting, trying to time management. That's probably been my biggest stress lately. Just trying to go through doing show after show and trying to write. Got the kids. My mom's going through chemo right now, so
I'm so sorry to hear that.
so I'm just all over the place. Just trying to figure out when to sleep, but I want to watch my reruns of Smallville instead of sleep at night. So, just struggling with that.
Okay. Now, are you having trouble sleeping?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's more so of just turning the technology off. Stop scrolling. Stop continue watching the next episode. Because I'm pretty run down. I should be sleeping more, but I don't.
Okay.
I spread myself thin.
Do you think you have enough discipline to start turning off your devices and technology at a certain time of the evening?
Oh man, being honest with myself, self-control and self-discipline have always been I get everything I need to get done, but changing things sometimes I don't know. Self-discipline is hard when in some aspects, so no, I don't, not right now. Fuck. I don't even know what I need to do.
So rare, a man that doesn't like change.
Shit, yeah. No, I don't like change. Fuck, you're right. Men. Fuck.
But clearly what's going on right now is not working for you, so there needs to be a change. So what needs to happen to motivate you enough to make a change? And that's the real question, Dietrich. That's the real question.
I think failure. But I don't want to fail. I feel like I just need to be slapped. And I actually did get slapped today. I was fucking pissed. Fucking my damn rent check didn't fucking go through. And now I owe $1,500. And I got real, my black side really came out on the phone talking to these people today. Oh my God. Fuck them niggas. Ugh.
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, no, fuck them. I don't want to waste no time talking about them. I'm going to have to pay them either way. Fucking white man always gives money. Always. Fuck. I was trying not to stress that shit when I was coming over here. But, nah, shit. I don't know. I just need to get my shit together. I look at, especially just doing this comedy, following this comedy dream, local, you see a lot of other comedians, a lot of other people posting, doing shows. You're trying to keep up with them and, trying to, instead of going at my own pace and wasting that time, because I'm scared. I'm scared to fail with this comedy thing. Now that I've finally found something that I'm good at and I am actually trying to do and people see I'm trying to do it. So now I'm scared to fail. So I get scared that if I give 100%, I feel like I ultimately wasted time. I wasted time and I don't know. I feel like at that moment, if things don't happen for me in comedy, that my, friends and family, I just don't know when I quit. When will they, how will they, I don't know.
What do you mean when you'll quit? You're not going to quit. Okay, let's just back it up just a little bit here, okay? First of all, you have to have the fear of failure as a comedian. Every time you go up on stage, there's that fear that you will bomb. And you have to have that fear to kill the room. You have to have that nervousness. Even Eddie Murphy himself says he still to this very day gets nervous about going up on stage. To this very day, that has to be there. That fear that you might bomb. And the fear of failure, I think, is what keeps us going. Like when I was in sales, for example, you have to make calls sometimes. They're not cold calls, but they're lead calls that you're making. And in the beginning, I hated it because there's that fear of rejection. They're going to say, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Get a real job. Stop calling me, you douchebag. And they hang up on you. And you're like, it makes you feel like shit. But once you start to realize that it's nothing personal, and I actually would start going for the no. I would just wait for them to say, no, not interested. And I would look for the no. And then the more that I looked for the no, I would get a yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying try to fail, but expect it and embrace it, because when you fail, that's going to give you an opportunity to learn where you went wrong and how to be better. You're not going to kill it every single time on stage. Just like some jokes hit better in some rooms and some jokes don't hit at all in other rooms,
Exactly.
So I think, as a comedian, it's important to embrace failure. And you don't need to keep up with everyone else. Everyone has their different routine. You don't need to perform every day. You don't need to go to an open mic every day. You don't need to go to an open mic 3 times a night. There are other ways to be productive and write and practice your material. You don't have to do a room. You don't need to be in a room to practice your material,
Well, turn off the TV.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV.
Yeah. Have some conversations with your other comedian friends. Hey, what do you think about this joke? Find a bum on the street and just have a conversation with him. Helping humanity and practicing your jokes at the same time. I mean, come on. How often do you think that guy gets to laugh?
Can't find a bum in Arizona.
Oh, I find plenty of them. Just hang out in my neighborhood.
Oh, fucking every neighborhood, I feel. Mm-hmm. I understand completely, because I failed a couple weeks ago performing at the American Legion. I mean, just a old ass crusty room, fucking Trump supporters, and I was like, God, let me go ahead and wear my army Stetson and try to be as white as fucking possible. And oh man, I was just up there, and they were just looking at me, and jokes I've used before, just I got a couple chuckles, but ultimately I just felt like they were just trying to pick, like, I don't know, I just got so nervous I started saying fuck every other word, and I was like,
did you scream white power in the middle of your set?
I fucking wanted to. I'm like, I'm one of you guys. Like, fuck, my mom's a Smith. I mean, shit, fucking, there's people in her family that are married to people in her family. Like, fuck, like, I'm just as fucking trailer park trash as you guys. Like, fuck, give me a break. But I guess I shouldn't have wore my fucking girl that night. I felt like they had the rope picked out before I even got in there.
Yeah.
2019.
There will be rooms like that. I don't know why you agreed to go to American Legion.
I actually agreed to host the next one. I'm hosting the next one because of that failure.
Yeah. Well, that's great because, I've told you before, I think you're an amazing host, and I think being a host really helps sharpen your wits. I think that's such a great way for especially someone that's new. Even someone that's seasoned, they should host, Yeah. And I think I have to applaud you. I have to applaud you for, deciding to host at the American Legion, because now that's going to give you an opportunity to get to know that crowd. Yeah. And you'll be able to figure out how to work the crowd and feed off the crowd, and it's going to give you a better angle for the next time you're performing and it's just a bunch of military vet hicks, that look like they want to kill you. You'll figure out how to make them like you, because you're a very, very likable person.
And I tried to thank you. I tried to be, I'm a veteran as well. So I was like, shit, I am with you, my people. I guess when I did this, they were like, oh, he's one of those. But yeah, I'm facing it now. I was like, fuck it. It wasn't a great performance, but it made me go back to the drawing board and try to learn that crowd. It'll be a different crowd, but a similar crowd. So, it should be fun. I look forward to it.
Yeah. There's definitely like a fine line because it's like, you know, as a respectable comedian, you want to go with material prepared, right?
Uh-huh.
But then when you're there and you're watching the other comedians perform before you and you're reading the room, you're like, oh shit, my material might not work for this room. And then you kind of have like this fire underneath your ass because you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, you know? I've had that happen to me before, and I was actually in Scottsdale, and it was a very older white crowd, and I was really not sure how my jokes were gonna go, because I had a very, I'd say, scandalous type set, you know, a little bit about promiscuity and sex and stuff, and so I was nervous, and I was like, oh fuck, like what am I gonna perform? And then this woman went up before me, and she said something about getting dick down, and all those old motherfuckers started laughing, and I was like, okay, I think my material will do just fine. So I ended up just going with the original material. I did wing it a little bit on some stuff because I kind of felt like I rushed through my set, and you know, and I did well. So it was like, you know, I did the prepared stuff and winged it a little bit. But yeah, those types of crowds are great. So it seems like you are already doing something to work towards that fear of failure.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that timestamp. When will, you know, is there gonna come a time? Because like I do it for fun. I mean, this is my best stress reliever. I mean, I've been doing it for 5 years, but it was always for me the past 4 years, until I linked up with Phil and started like actually working towards something. And now like I'm not just doing it for my anxiety and the help with my own personal issues to get my voice out there and heard. Now I'm doing it, and I love it even more now that I'm doing it more. But now we got a 1-year plan and a 5-year plan and stuff like that. So it's like, oh wow, it's real now. I mean, Phil quit his job. I'm a barber, so I could work on, you know, I work my own schedule. So it's nice for that and stuff. But like ultimately, comedy is my life, and it always will be, you know, whether I make it big or not. But it's just now that like I have goals for it. I want to actually succeed on those goals and understand that if I don't, you know, it'll be fine. But like, I really do. I don't want to be cliche, but when it's all said and done for me, I don't want to look back and know that I didn't even try, you know. So, and like my kids, they sacrifice so, you know, so much too, you know. Like I try not to book on days that I have them, but you know, but they support me. They always ask me the next morning, how's your show, Dad? My son FaceTimed me one time while in the middle of a set, and the crowd was like, answer it. And I was like, fuck it, I answered this. My son got to see me on stage doing my thing, and you know, so because it's so important for me to like show my kids that I could follow my dreams and do what I want to do. You know, like I explained to them, like I'm a barber, but that's what makes money. You know, I enjoy doing it, but like that's not what makes me tick, you know. And so like them seeing that I could follow a dream, because I never had, like my parents never told me, you're great at this, you could do this, you're amazing, don't let anything stop you. Never had that. And so I never I don't know, I was a very unconfident person. I a lot of people thought I was out there and stuff like that, but I was good one-on-one, but I was always had so much anxiety and stuff. So it's like that's my biggest thing for my kids, is for them to be open, honest, and just know that they could do whatever they want to. Like it's wild, and they can. I could already see it, but like it took me 30 plus years to finally break out of my shell and, you know, be confident, be able to tell people fuck you, you know, because I was always so fucking, I mean, speaking proper all the time, would never like speak my opinion. I didn't like altercation. I don't like altercations with people, so I'll talk my way out of everything. Talk like a white boy if I have to. It don't matter now. I yell at people if I have to.
So you feel like you have your voice now?
I'm definitely finding it. I've heard it, and comedy's helped with that because I'm more honest, like on stage with who I am than any other aspect of my life. Like I don't talk about myself or things that I've done, and on stage, people might believe a lot of it's fake and stuff like that, but you know, most of the stuff I write about aren't thoughts, they're actual stories of what happened. I could be vulnerable. So if you've been to a few of my shows, so I'm not going to talk about some of that stuff to just random people and stuff like that. But on stage, it's like a journal that everybody could hear, and that gives me confidence to show that, like, if I could go out there and tell these people things about my life that are actually comical, it gives me confidence to do it everywhere else and have no problem with how people look at me. But yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I started painting my nails and like my hair being purple and
oh, that is just fabulous.
Oh my god, it's fucking lush. I love it. But because people look, and now like I know why they're looking, but like I don't care now. Freaking, it's going away. I'm definitely becoming more comfortable with who I am. Growing up black and white, I never knew what crowd. I thought I had to be a part of a crowd or act a certain way. It was, but I'm just glad that I finally don't care what people think of me.
Yes, I am definitely, I can relate to you with this 100%. Me being a mixed woman myself, I would like to do a little exercise with you, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Based off just what you're talking about, are you familiar with your chakras in your body?
I am not.
So chakras are kind of like anchor points of energy that align through your spine. It kind of comes from a Hindu belief system, but it's something that you can hear in New Spiritual Age. It's pretty much how your body flows energy from the base of your body through the tippy top of your head, which is called your crown chakra, which aligns you with higher source, whether you believe in God or the universe or a higher being, right? So it's your spiritual connection to the universe. Now, there are things that can happen in your life that can cause energy to not flow completely through. Each chakra in your body is related to something emotionally, some sort of trauma, whatever you might be going through. They're not always completely open and flowing energy. So sometimes there's a blockage there. I know for a fact, maybe not now, but in the past you've had a blockage in your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is your self-expression, using your voice, being able to stand up for yourself, things like that, which I went through. When I was a kid, I suffered from strep throat on a regular basis, which is completely tied to that chakra. Sometimes it would be because I didn't speak my voice. When I became more aware of it, there would be altercations I would have with somebody, and I held in what I wanted to say. The next day, my voice was gone. But then when I finally spoke out, and I remember this one particular time, I didn't even have a voice, and I screamed my head off at this motherfucker, and the very next day, my voice came back. So I believe that there still could be a little bit of imbalance in that throat chakra. The second imbalance I think you might have is in your solar plexus chakra. Now, throat chakra does have to do a little bit with confidence also, having that voice. But so does your solar plexus. Your solar plexus has everything to do with like your independence and how you feel about yourself and your security within yourself as well. A lot of people may have an imbalance there when they're trying to figure out what their purpose is in life and they're a little lost or whatever. But you definitely have found that. But there is still a little bit of confidence that you need to gain. I think you're in a good place. Like you have enough, definitely for sure. But there's still that little bit of doubt. So I think that there may be a little bit of an imbalance there. So this exercise that I want to do is for you to learn how to flow energy through those parts of your body. Do you ever do deep breathing, meditation, anything like that?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Only when I got the acupuncture done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great,
yeah.
great. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you lean back your head, close your eyes, put your arms. What I'll actually do is have you put one hand in your solar plexus. You know where that's at, right? Right in between your rib cage. And then go ahead and place your other hand over your throat, okay? And first, what I want you to do is just take a couple nice deep breaths, okay? And as you're breathing, I want you to feel the warmth of your hands and the warmth of your solar plexus and the warmth of your throat. And I want you to imagine energy flowing from this hand into your throat, and then through your shoulder into the other hand, through your solar plexus, and back up to your throat. And just imagine, whatever, it doesn't have to be that pattern, but just imagine a flow of energy going through each part of your body, a continuous union there, okay? Just go ahead and do that, if like 5 more breaths. Good. Now go ahead and relax your hands. Place them wherever you feel is comfortable, whether it's to your side or on your belly, whatever you'd like. And now what I would like you to do is keep your eyes closed and keep that breathing going, okay? I want you to imagine a hole coming out of your throat and a hole coming out of your solar plexus. And there's white light coming out of both of those holes, okay? Now, I want you to take a deep breath in. Huge, huge deep breath. Fill your lungs as much as you can. Okay? Now, breathe out. Out your mouth. Good. Make whatever noises you need to. Now, we're going to do that again. But this time when you breathe in, I want you to breathe in all positive things. Confidence. I'm strong. Hope. Light. Success. And then breathe out all the negative. Doubt, worry, feel of failure, right? So imagine breathing in white light and then breathing out all the darkness and dust and debris. Okay? Good. Deep, deep, deep breath. One more. And let it all out. Good, good. I'll go ahead and open your eyes. And tell me, how did that feel for you?
Actually, felt good to actually think about the negatives, breathing them out. So you hear it all the time. But in actual breath, it made it physical. Not actual, but physical. And I mean, everything's connected, right? So if I could blow it out, I could correct it. And I mean, just in just those short few breaths to think about some of the negative stuff, and the positive stuff, because I do like me. I do like me. I think I'm awesome, but
you are.
I do fucking tell people that they don't know me. Like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
But I pretend like people do, but there's deeper things, that we don't. People judge your character based off of shit that they don't even know. I mean, they judge you based off of what they know, but there's still things people don't know. So it's me with that personal battle getting through the things that I don't talk about, So, but I'm good. I think I'm a good person. Fuck all that negativity shit.
Good, good. Do you think you can incorporate that type of breathing meditation into your daily life?
It's actually, I've actually been wanting to start meditation. Because I wake up every morning almost at the same time, but I go back to sleep, and I have energy when I first wake up, and I know, because I'm like, ooh, I can get 2 more hours of sleep, but then you wake up tired, then you overslept.
I was about to say, it's a big no-no.
So it just sucks when you wake up at 4:30 every morning and don't even have to be up till 7, but like when I do, I feel better because, I don't know, like I get stuff done. Like the day hasn't started yet, so I'm not distracted by social media and, like trying to watch something. I'm more so like make my coffee, clean up the house. But I'm such a night person. I feel like I've been struggling with that my whole life, wanting to be a morning person, but ultimately being a night owl. But like I feel like my personality actually is a morning person. So because I feel great when I actually get up in the morning. And
I
do
think
stuff.
that if you start when you're waking up early in the 4:30 in the morning or whatever, I think when you're up and you have that energy that you should use it, and you should use that time for you, right? Your kids are probably still asleep, and so whether it be maybe writing some jokes, reading a book, having some coffee, enjoying that time to yourself, maybe doing some earthing, going out in your backyard, walking around in your bare feet, getting yourself grounded with the earth. And then go about your day. And if it's a day where, you have more free time, you can take a nap later in the afternoon. Or if it's a day where you're working, and getting up early, you might go to sleep earlier and then your body can adjust to that, right? If you just start getting up when your body wakes up, your body wants to wake up. You should start listening to what your body wants to do, right? Eventually your body will adjust, because I worked in the nightlife industry for a very long time. But then I got myself on a different schedule where I was waking up 3:30. Before I didn't go to bed till 3:30. But then I was waking up 3:30 every morning to get my own workout in, and then train my personal training clients at 5 in the morning. And it took a couple days, but you'd be quick how fast your body can adapt. But also there's chemical things going on inside your body, hormonal chemicals that your body has to take. It takes a long time to get those patterns back. So you're a night owl because that's how your cortisol and your adrenaline is working right now, and your serotonin is not getting released until late in the morning, So if you just start to listen to your body, eventually everything will come together, but it does take some time. It's not gonna...
And that's the one of the conflicting things is comedy is often a nighttime event. So I'm often getting reset. Like I could have a couple mornings where they're good, but then that night I got to be out till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then be back up super early. But then I'm groggy. Like it's getting into that rotation. But I feel like I'm doing good though,
That's good.
like because I always have to I find a day to like catch up on sleep, and like I really do. Like last night I went to bed at like 9, and I woke up this morning at 4, and I was up for like 2 hours, and then went back to sleep for like an hour, and I woke up again fine, But like just staying up for that smaller period of time, I feel like it helped me out. Like even if I do wake up and meditate, 'cause that's something I do want to start doing is meditating, just being able to not think, for a little bit. Your mind's always just going, and it's crazy because like when I get super tired but I'm trying to stay awake, I'll start having a conversation like with myself, like when I'm with somebody, but I'll be drifting off and I'll be talking to them, but then like I think I like almost hit dream status already, and I just start having a conversation, and they're not even a part of it anymore, and just recently fucking happened to me, and it just had me weak. Fuck. That's why my mind don't ever stop going, like fucking. So like to be able to have that moment to where I could not stress or think about all that stuff, I think it'd be good. So
yeah, just focusing on the breath alone. Just, there are times when you're breathing and thoughts will come in your mind, and you just have to tell yourself, just focus on the breath. Feeling the breath, fill your lungs and coming back out. Just that alone will ground you. And sometimes just feeling nothing, feeling like you are nothing, not in a negative sense, but just there's nothing, It really helps calm everything down. There's lots of other meditations you can do too. Like you can meditate every morning in the shower. Literally imagining all the negativity washing off of you. Breathing in that shower. Saying, I'm letting all the negativity wash off of me, I like to, I go to the gym in the mornings, and after I work out, I like to go in the steam room and steam out all the toxins. And then I go immediately to the shower. I take an ice cold shower to wash all those toxins off of me. And then I'm also washing out all the negative thoughts as well. planning, putting myself in that positive mental attitude for the day, you know?
Actually, I'm going to have to do that because I also do the same thing, but I don't have that mentality when I'm in the steam room. I'm doing it for the physical parts of working
that's
out
when you should
and
be
everything.
doing your breathing too.
For the mental, yeah.
Because think about it, when you're in that steam room, it starts to get hot, your breath shortens, right?
Yeah.
Your heart rate increases.
Fucking time slows.
That is the time when you want to be focusing on your breath, because that's all you have. That is literally the living part of you, is the breathing, the heart beating. So when you're sitting in that steam room and you're sitting straight up, you want the spine to be in line. Close your eyes and you just breathe. And you're breathing to the point where when that steam comes on, it starts getting hotter and you feel your heart rate rising. You're breathing to slow that heart rate down, right? You're adjusting to your environment, right?
Yeah.
Just like with hot water, you know, boiling water can harden an egg, but it can also soften a potato.
Yeah.
It's how you adjust to that environment that you're in.
I'm going to have to do that. Breathing. It's man. Yeah, it's because whoever the fuck I was talking to the other day, I don't know, about meditation and just breathing. I started thinking about when I got the acupuncture done before, and that was the only time that, because I'd catch myself, breathing properly. Doctor kept coming in and was like, put the incense and the music on. He said, just focus on your breathing, and once I focus, I would zone out, and I guess that was the only time, like, in my life that I'd ever meditate. But then, I just come back to where it's at, like, so I guess it's just like learning how to meditate longer and like stay in that actual zone, that realm where you're at, and it is the breathing though. I feel like, cause I'd lose my breath and fucking, my God, like, have you ever lost your breath, like to where you really couldn't feel like you were breathing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Fucking feel like.
Being a personal trainer, breath is really important too. And so, like, when you're running or doing any sort of cardio or anything like that, if you find yourself losing your breath, but when you focus more on your breath, that's when you're actually really executing and starting to feel comfortable. It's the same thing in the physical world and in your spiritual and mental world too, with the breath. And there's also different types of meditation. I think breathing meditation is just focusing on the breath is a good way to start trying to think about nothing. But if you like audiobooks or whatever, like, you can go on Audible and find guided meditations on there. You can find guided meditations on YouTube. There's meditations that will, guide you to maybe find your angel or your spiritual guide, or things to find answers or whatever. There's all different types of meditation. But you don't want to, like, cloud yourself with all these different types of meditation. You should start with one and maybe see how you feel and master that one, and then maybe move on to something else. Take one thing at a time, no rush. But the main thing is just practicing it as often as you can. And even if you're too busy to actually sit down and get in a chair and meditate in the shower. You take a shower every day, right? I mean, you seem like a pretty clean dude, yeah. Yeah, so you could start with that, just doing it in the shower every day.
Yeah.
It's also really great to do right before you go to bed. I like to sit on my floor next to my bed. I don't like to do it in my bed because I'll fall asleep. Sometimes I will if I just want to get into, like, just do some deep breath meditation so I can fall asleep. But if there's something that I'm trying to accomplish before I go to bed, then I'll do it sitting up, crisscross applesauce next to my bed. Get that whatever that need that I need, and then I'll go to bed. Binaural beats. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that before, but it's just like spa music is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
Different frequencies and sounds actually help elevate your vibration that you're on. So you could actually find certain beats that will help for your specific chakras, your throat chakra, your solar plexus chakra, and you can listen to that when you're meditating or when you're going to bed to help you. It's like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a subconscious type thing, that can help you while you're sleeping.
I just recently heard that when we are laughing, we are vibrating at the highest vibration that our bodies can, and it made sense because when you laugh, you feel, everything. And it made everything like make sense, as far as like how I feel with comedy and everything like that. Because when I hear the laughter from my creation, like I've done stage work before, I've played sports, and I've been in front of crowds and have had no problem performing, but like actually performing my own material where I'm vulnerable, and that people like it, and like you hear that roar of laughter. Like I try to explain to people all the time, like there's no higher high I've ever had than killing a set, and like that's what continues to get me to want to just keep doing this shit even when I do fail. And and like maybe that's it's like when you're on stage and you do feel that vibration, and you caused that vibration, and then you go and then you don't have that reaction in another crowd or another room, and it's like I'm used to being in this position physically and actually feeling a different kind of vibration, so it messes you up, and like it started when I heard that we vibrate highest when we laugh. It's like a light bulb for us. I started thinking about it and applying it to comedy, and it makes sense now, because like when you're flowing, and joke after joke and the crowd's in it, like you can't be touched at that point. But then like you start off, you don't get that laughter, and then it just stays down there, even like the whole room, when you've been to Ultimate, like you've seen other people, just like you were talking about earlier, when other people are not doing so well in a room, and you're like, oh snaps, I gotta change my stuff up and stuff like that, and that whole room could stay like that the whole time. And like if I like shit, I'm just
it's interesting because, for one, there's 2 points I like to make there. It's like you're saying, when you're laughing, you're at your highest vibration, right? Which, if you think about why people are laughing, it's because there's a truth to what you're saying, right? So you're literally living your truth, which is why you would be at the highest vibration, right? And then going back to bombing in a room, right? Everyone else is probably, sometimes people are not in the mood to laugh, especially when you're doing like an open mic and people are drinking and their sorrows away and they're like, oh fuck, we gotta listen to these comedians there, So it's like, as a comedian, you don't want to get on the lower vibration. You're trying to bring them up to your vibration. But you have to find a way to relate to them and their truths to get them to vibrate higher.
Yeah. Crowd work and proper crowd, and yeah, I mean that's ultimately what it is too, because like I said, same jokes, different reactions. You talk to a lot of new comedians and stuff, and let them know, like, maybe it might not have been your room and stuff like that. That's where I'm like, well, I don't want to fill in any room, so that just forced me to, recreate my style, and like no room, but like crowd work too. It's like just a little crowd work will go a long way. But man, I just got put in a corner, and I just I didn't even go back and watch that set. I was like, these niggas
well, I
don't know
think
me.
it's important to try to adapt to the crowd, but to also know your audience, and to also know that not everyone is going to like you. I mean, I am doing my job here helping you. There are some people that don't like me. They don't want to listen to what I have to say, and that's okay. Just like being a barber. There are some people that are not going to like the style of how you cut, and that's okay. So knowing your audience, who's going to relate to you, is important. That way you can target that audience when you're putting your material out there. But also being willing to adapt to an audience that may not like you will still help you continue to grow. But you also don't have to. So just don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about yourself if you're in a room and that's not your audience and you did your very best to make them vibrate with you. But also applaud yourself for taking the challenge. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
There's a balance.
No, it makes perfect sense, and ultimately, I try to take a silver lining out of most things, and something that I've been working on with my anxiety is that I don't have to be liked by everybody. I'm liked by many, so when like I get a bad vibe from somebody, it rubs me the wrong way. But like there's billions of people in this world. Not everybody's gonna like me, you know. So
billions.
yeah, it's fucking stupid. But like nobody, I mean, nobody even knows me. Like I've been doing this thing to help myself out. When I'm driving, and I people watch. I love to people watch, and
such a good time.
You know, yeah, people watching, and now in cars, I like to like act like whoever I drive by. Like I see fucking somebody driving 10 and 2 perfectly, or a girl putting on mascara or anything. I'll just copy what everybody's doing just to fucking get in that realm, you know, just to, you know, shake it up a bit. You know, reading my kids their nighttime stories. I try to change up my voice every single time. So it's just like working on those things in between. Helps me out.
I like watching people in their cars and then trying to figure out what their life is like. I get so lost. And then if you add in some sort of recreational drug, then it's just a deep rabbit hole.
And that's something I like
Which
to do.
I do not condone recreational drug use.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't bring none of that. Freaking, I like to look at couples and imagine what their sex life would be like. Like, they look like a missionary. They look like let's just get this done before work. Or, I don't know why, it's just funny because, you know, sometimes you have like the hot guy and like the busted woman, or the hot woman and like this nerdy looking guy. You know, just like, how do they spice it up? Like, I'm always curious, you know. I mean,
is he a cuckolder?
Yeah, like fuck. That's funny.
Like, she definitely has a strap on in the closet. I can definitely tell.
She definitely fucking hits it from the back. That's why his hair is long, because she's pulling that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that. I don't know. I'm sick.
Yeah, we all have our things.
I also get excited when I see parents beat their kids in public. It's one of my favorite things to watch. Because they deserve that shit. Because when they don't, I want to beat their ass.
Yeah.
Like, not the kid, but the parent for not.
Yeah.
Don't beat your kids. I don't condone that.
Please don't beat your children.
I don't. But I will laugh if you do.
So I think we have a couple really good things here. Obviously, we're going to be working on meditations and breathing meditation, and also just waking up when your body tells you to. I think you can challenge yourself to do that for the next 30 days.
I think I could. I think I need to. It's that time that I need to, because I'm about to be redoing some things in my life. So it's about that time.
All right. So I definitely would love to invite you back and see how that's working for you. And if all is well, then maybe we can talk about something else that's bothering you at that time. But I think you're just such a bright young man, and you have your head on the right set of shoulders, and you're going in the right direction. And I think you just need, some good positive people in your life, such as myself, to influence you and to talk to keep your thoughts in the right order, if that makes sense.
I think so. I think so too. I got a good cast of people, you know, including you, you know. So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You need to keep your head clear too, though.
Yeah.
You know, you need to, relax from time to time and talk to somebody as well. You know, like get your hair braided or something.
I've never had my hair braided before.
You never had your hair braided? Come on now. I thought you said you were black.
Oh, well, I've never had, like, my mom used to put, like, these, like, where she would, like, add the fake braids in there when I was really little.
See, I mean, one of these times I might have to braid your hair and see what's going on in your mind. See what chakras are in line.
I don't have a client for another hour or so. So, I mean, I'd have to charge you on the clock, though.
Oh, yeah. I think that works good. I mean, normally I pay to braid people's hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's normally my thing.
We can talk about some other things, too.
Yeah. You'll talk to me, I'll talk to you. There we go.
Okay.
Service for service.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with that. But before we begin the hair braiding process, why don't you tell our lovely audience where they can find you on social media?
You could find me at Dietrich Rashad, Dietrichrashad. That's on Instagram. On my Facebook, same thing. If you want to find me on Facebook, but I get a little bit more vulgar on IG. Oh, man. Oh, I've just started my YouTube channel for Wow He Said That. So you could find all our videos we'll be posting soon on Wow He Said That. That's all we got right now, though, I believe.
And then what if there's a local person in Arizona that would love to get some hair services done by you?
Yeah, go check out my barber IG, Daddy Did It Hair.
Daddy did it.
Yeah, I used to teach other dads how to do their daughter's hair.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Which I still will. Just so busy. Oh, and you can catch me every third Saturday at the Concierge, where me and my buddy Phil run our monthly show, where we have a fire lineup, hand-picked comedians, dropping flame all night.
It is a great show. I've been there multiple times.
And you're supposed to be on our November show, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for tuning in today. If you would like a little bit more information, definitely check out our website at lifecoachingcomedians.com. And don't forget that on Thursdays, we do therapy.
Yo, my session today went really well, and I was surprised because she came from different angles that I didn't think she would. With chakras, she was like dead on with my throat, my solar plexus, and with those men. So like, I actually want to look into that and like kind of see what else I can do to help with that, with deep breathing and everything. I'm glad she didn't get all up in my shit. Glad she wasn't trying to ask me too much personal shit. Although I was ready to spill if she would have. But yeah, I'll definitely be back if she has me. Fucking, I enjoyed it.
That Dietrich, I mean, he is amazing. He honestly would be the perfect client, but I think I'm gonna have to refer him to another professional because I wanna f him. I wanna f the shit out of him.